Hi everyone, my name is Eileen Garcia and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my presentation. So let me just go ahead and start sharing my screen. So today I'll be talking to you guys about a veggie diet. So what exactly is a veggie diet? A veggie diet is most commonly known now as being vegan. So personally, a question that that I've always had myself was how common is it to be vegan? After doing some research, I discovered that about 9.6 million people are vegan in the U.S. alone, and the three places where being vegan is the most common are in Australia, the United Kingdom, and in New Zealand. And I remember when I was younger, much younger, I would get very confused between the difference between vegetarianism and veganism. So on this slide, I just briefly broke down the difference between the two. So basically, if one is vegetarian, you would not eat any meat that comes from animals. So that would include chicken, burgers, hot dogs, so on. And if one is vegan, you would also not consume meat that comes from animals, but you would also not consume anything that comes from animals, really, or at all, I should say. That includes chicken, hot dogs, burgers, milk, cheese, honey, so on and so forth. So that's just a brief description of the two and their differences. So now I'm just going to go into some health benefits. It's been shown that maintaining a vegan diet has led to having a diet that is very high in nutrients. Some nutrients that have been shown to be higher in vegan diets are antioxidants, fiber, and potassium. So some foods that have been shown to be not shown, but that are commonly found to be high in fiber include strawberries, pistachio nuts, and raisins. And antioxidants are commonly found in fruits such as grapes and prunes, and potassium is commonly found in foods such as carrots and spinach. Another health benefit is that maintaining a vegan diet has also been proven to lower blood sugar levels and improve the function of the kidneys. Now I'm just going to go into some common misinterpretations. Me personally, I've heard this misinterpretation a lot, and it's that being vegan is boring, and that all one can consume is lettuce. So I'll get back to that in just a second. And one other common misinterpretation is that being vegan is a diet to lose weight. Um, while being vegan has shown to help in weight loss, it's more than just a diet. It's more of a lifestyle. So going back to that first common misinterpretation, being vegan is very far from being boring. Well, I myself am not vegan. I have had some vegan foods, and these are just three vegan foods that I've had. Now, I know that some of you may be confused and say, how can you eat macaroni and cheese if you can't eat cheese if you're vegan? Well, just like everything else in life, you're able to substitute. So instead of eating cheese, you can use other things that do not come from animals that will give you a cheese-like texture or a cheese-like taste. Um, so yeah. One other common misinterpretation is kind of going back to what we learned in class about macromolecules. Um, they can be broken down into four categories: carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. One very common misinterpretation is that in living a vegan lifestyle, some of these macromolecules will be missing from one's diet, and therefore people think that being vegan is unhealthy. However, that is not the truth. And yeah, I'm going to go into some real health concerns. So, some real health concerns that individuals that are living a vegan lifestyle should really look into and consider are developing a leaky gut and hormone disruption. So, developing a leaky gut, it really leads from the protein sources that vegan individuals choose to use as a substitute for, I guess one would say, the normal proteins that individuals would consume, such as animals. Animal food, when you're vegan, as mentioned, you would go for a plant-based option. Um, and another health concern, as I mentioned, was hormone disruption. So this is typically developed through soy foods, and so one would have to really consider and take into consideration how much soy food one is consuming. And lastly, I'm just going to briefly talk about the evolution of veganism. So the first vegetarian society as a whole began in about 1847 in England. And the term veganism really began in 1944, and it was initially described as being an extreme version of being vegetarian. And lastly, as technology became more and more advanced, veganism began to become more and more promoted and reach millions of participants. There's definitely a lot of in-betweens in these three pointers that I have here, but that's just a brief description of some of the evolution that is being vegan, or the idea of being vegan. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a little bit of more about being vegan, and yeah, have a good one.